Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Bit of a different video today. Today we're going to weigh Lizzie and Oreo, mainly because I've noticed Lizzie is starting to get a bit overweight, so I'm just going to keep track of her weight and do different things with her food to try and see if it'll bring it down a bit. And Oreo, if anything, he might be a little bit underweight, so just try to keep track of them both to see which one needs to go up, down, sideways. But so yeah, so we're just going to get them out of their enclosures and we're just going to weigh them one by one to see what they weigh. So obviously we've got little Lizzie here. Now obviously whenever you get them out of the enclosure, it's always good to have a little check over, make sure it's got all their toes, all their claws, make sure everything's fine. Lizzie has also just shedded, so it has a shed, so it is definitely worth giving a quick once over just to make sure there's no stuck shed everywhere, which she hasn't. So she had a good shed, so now she's got to put her in the tub and weigh her. Holy moly. Okay, so Lizzie weighs 117 grams. So we'll put that in the little book. Now it's the first time I'm actually doing it by weighing them and putting it in a book so I can keep track of their weights. Because I know when I weighed Lizzie before, when she was on a bit of a hunger strike and wasn't eating, she was 90 grams. So, but I don't remember what day that was on, so it's just me keeping actual better track of it, so I know what their weights are on a certain day, so I can keep track of them and all the rest of it. So Lizzie the leopard gecko is 117 grams, which I do think is a bit heavy. I know she's a bit heavy on the heavy side because obviously between their front legs they get like fat sacks kind of thing, and Lizzie is starting to get them, so I know she needs to lose some weight. So we'll give her slightly few locusts every feed and just see what that does with her weight. Probably wanted to stay around about 100. I think 100 grams is about right. I mean, I know some leopard geckos are nowhere near 100 grams, but obviously I think for Lizzie that's about right. When she was 100 grams, she looked healthy. So I think going back to 100, we'll try 100. If she needs to go down more because she doesn't look quite at her best, we'll go down further. It all depends what she looks like at that time. So we're going to put Lizzie away and we're going to go get Oreo the fat-tailed gecko. All right, so we've just got our little friend Oreo out. Let's just get you so you can see the camera. So obviously this is Oreo, our fat-tailed gecko. I won't keep him near the light too long because obviously they are a bit sensitive to light. But same as before, just do a general health check on him. This time we've got Oreo. He did have some shed stuck on his toes, so we've got them a little bit wet with a Q-tip, pulled him off gently, and now he's completely shed free. So now we're going to weigh him. I didn't put the scales on. There we go. Right, ready, boy? There we go. You in there. Okay. Okay, so Oreo weighs 47 grams. So he is less than half the weight of Lizzie. But I think 47 grams is quite a healthy weight for a fat-tailed gecko. I mean, I've fed him the same number of locusts, like roughly to the right size of him as Lizzie, but he just doesn't eat as much. He's just not as active. He just eats much slower, lizard. So I think this is just his way. This is just his way. He's a healthy weight. He looks healthy. His tail's plumb. No boy. Yeah, his tail's plumb. Nothing wrong with him. He doesn't look skinny. So I'd say he is a healthy weight. So I'll say we're quite happy with that. And we'll keep him on the exact same routine he's on. Same food, same everything. Because he seems like a perfectly happy, healthy lizard. So just jot that down the book. 47 grams. Now I would get Charlotte out as well. But to get Charlotte out of her enclosure would require digging up all of her substrate to find her. So that's a bit more intensive. But we're going to change Charlotte's bedding next weekend. This weekend we're changing Oreo's bedding, but next weekend we're going to change Charlotte's bedding. So when we change Charlotte's bedding, we'll weigh Charlotte because she's already going to be out of her enclosure anyway, so we might as well do it at the same time. But yeah, so obviously it's important. Obviously it is important to weigh your animals and check them to make sure they are getting the right weights. obviously reptiles do continue to grow continuously, so they do always get bigger. But obviously, say for example, if you change your locusts, change from cricket to locust, you see the same amount of locusts to crickets, that might be, what's what I'm looking for, obviously because the food content of the actual feeder insect is different, it can impact the weight and that can change. So it's always helpful just to weigh them, just to keep a track of it. Obviously this is the first time I've started now doing it by like a book and actually writing it down in the book, so I know, or I can always go, right, what did you weigh a month ago? Well, this is your weight, this is your weight now. Obviously it just helps you track it. It is important to track it. I have been quite lazy on it, so from now on we're going to track it every time we weigh them. Every time we weigh them, we're going to write it down so we can keep track of them, and so we can keep track, make sure they're staying healthy. But yeah, I know it's a bit of a shorter video, but I just thought I'd video it just to show everyone what my lizards weigh. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.